Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. I know I am early, but something by now you probably know I am all over the place. So today today I'm gonna try to keep it short because I'm also gonna be sharing this video, and I know most people are not gonna have time to watch it from beginning to the end, but I always recommend watching the video at least one time because you will hear something that will speak to you and it might change your life. You really don't know. And you can always go back. If you don't have a pen and paper ready, I would highly recommend going and getting it right now because you might take some notes that will help you move forward in your life. If you're also not in my group where I'm going to be doing bravery training and doing tips and tricks in there and suggestions and sharing this toolkit, because I found a really good bravery toolkit where I'll get to that one. But right now we're just going to start with talking with why you do what you do, right? Your reasons for your goals, right? And helping you set your goals the right way so that way you have a higher chance of achieving them. But before we go any further, my name is Yana Kasperzak, and I'm coming to you live from Georgia, Ontario, where it is going to be hot today. And I know I'm also in the habit of looking up at the windows. The windows are on top, right? Because I'm in the basement. So it's going to be hot today, but I am planning on staying indoors for as much as I can because I love the heat, but I don't like the humidity, as most of you probably would agree on that point. Okay, so let me know where you're coming from. If you're watching me live, if you're watching me on replays, just say hi. I know you're watching. I know I can see how many people watch, and I can also see how many people comment. So just say hi. Just be polite and say hi. And if you watch me for the first time, just say new. And if you're watching me, if this is not the first time you're watching me, just say replay, and then whether you like or you don't. Because if you're watching me again, chances are you like what you see, right? Or what you hear. Okay, so let's get into it. First, before we start talking about your why for whatever you're trying to achieve, right? For today's topic, we're going to talk about your social business. You growing your business online through social media, right? That's what a lot of people are doing. That is what I'm doing, and that is what a lot of people on my Facebook page are doing as well. And almost like everywhere you look, somebody is trying to build their business, whether they're working full-time and trying to build it part-time, whether they're doing it full-time and also with just a part-time effort. Whatever you're doing, you need to start with good foundation. And the good foundation starts with your reason why. Why you do what you do, why the company, why you actually, as we go through it, you'll see it, okay? So first, before we do that, you need to write down, and let's be interactive, okay? Take your pen and paper and start writing. You can put them down below as well, but your 5 accomplishments that you have done so far and that you are really proud of. Because before you can come up with any other reasons or any other goals, you have to be happy for what you have already achieved. You have to pat yourself in the back, right? So do that, pat yourself in the back, and write down 5 of the things that you are very proud of that you have accomplished so far. It could be as big as you having your children or having your house, to as little as you getting out of bed because you have had a hard time, going through a hard time, right? These are accomplishments that you have to praise yourself for. And a lot of us seem to be beating ourselves up for the things that we don't do, and we forget to thank ourselves and be proud of the things that we have actually already accomplished and done, right? So before you can move forward, you need to elevate yourself instead of beating yourself down and saying, oh, I should have done that, I know I can, I know I'm capable. Do not beat yourself up. I am telling you, you're going to make it worse for yourself. Look at the positives, look at what you have already accomplished. Don't look behind you what you haven't done, because today is a brand new day. You are a new person today, and you're going to get these things done, right? So what I'm talking about right now is basically, before we set the reasons why, right? Why you do what you do. and for your goal, why you want that goal, you need to praise yourself for the things that you have already done. And a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people, and thank you for commenting, Caitlin. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just, all of us are negative, right? Humans are they're made to be negative and always looking for a problem. And then not always thinking that there's a solution, but there's always a solution, right? You're one Google search away from your solution to your problem. So before we do that, you do the 5 things that you have already accomplished that you are proud of. Then you are going to list, probably, I don't know if I want to, okay, let's do 50. So you're going to write down 50 items that you want to achieve and you want to do in the next 10 years. Okay, and this is why I say you can save the video. If you don't know how to save the video, when you touch the screen, you will see the 3 little buttons on top, and you can click and save to your watch list, or just save video. So that way you can go back and you can listen to everything, and you can write down at the time when something was said, so that way when you go back and you know exactly where you're going to be watching from, right? So now, hey Imran, thanks for hopping on and saying hello. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take a piece of paper and you're going to write down 50 things that you want to accomplish in the next 10 years. It sounds like a lot. It really does. And this was one of the hardest things for me to do as well, because, oh my God, 50 things, what 50 things could I possibly put on this list? But when you start writing, and when you do these things, because we get distracted very, very, very easy. And when you're distracted and then you need to get back into the flow, it takes you 23 minutes and 15 seconds to get back into the flow. Research has been done. So you need to eliminate all the distractions. Turn the TV off. I find that for me, classical music works. When I put it on, it helps me focus and get in a zone. Turn your notifications off on your phone, put it on silent, put it on airplane mode, whatever you want to do. And I also recommend not having notifications go on and off all the time. But then sit down and start writing these things down. 50 things that you want to have, you want to accomplish, that you want to see in your life in 10 years. So once you have written those things down, what you're going to do is you're going to go through each and every one of them, and you're going to put a number in front of it. So leave space in the front. And then you're going to write a number in front of it. That number basically means you're going to write a number 1, 3, 5, or 10. That means 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, or 10 years. So for each of those goals that you have written down, you're going to write down how many years you think it's going to take you to accomplish. Okay, so once you have written that down and you have numbered everything according to when you think you're going to be able to accomplish these things, then what you're going to do is you're going to actually count, because it's going to help you see if you look more towards the future, or you live more in kind of the present and you have very high expectations of yourself. Because to me, I know I have very high expectations of myself, and this was also proof that for me, I had 17 out of 50 of short-term goals, 1 year goals. So what you're going to do is you're going to count how many 1 year goals you have and write it down, how many 3 year goals, how many 5 year, how many 10 year goals. You're going to write it all down. So, and this is where it's going to help you figure out your why the best. Okay, so first you're going to write down you're going to pick from the 1 year, you're going to pick 4 goals, or if I suggest 4 or 3, okay, because it's for 1 year. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick those goals, you're going to write them down, and then for each goal, this is what you're going to do. And this is where you're going to need time, and you need to have silence as well, so you can focus. So what you're going to do is you're going to ask yourself, why do you want this goal, right? And you're going to write down why you want that goal. And then what you're going to do is you're going to ask to that answer that you have just answered, you're going to say, why does that matter to you? Why does you getting that goal, why does that answer matter to you? Okay, so, and then what you're going to do is that for that answer that you have just written, you're going to ask the same question again. Why does that matter to you? I know it sounds crazy and sounds stupid, but it works. Then for that question answered, for that answer, you're going to ask yourself again, why does that matter to you? So you're going to do this 6 more times, right? And that way, because when you say, for example, like I'll tell you what mine was. One of mine was is basically that I want to build a team, right? So, and then a big team. And then as I go through all of these answers and questions, at the very end, it basically, it took me in a different kind of direction. And instead of it being all about me, and this is why your question why and your reason are so important, because if it's all about you, chances are it might not be a good enough reason. For me, it has to be about someone else. I have to have a higher purpose, if you will. So for me, this was my answer as I went through all of these, and it goes like, if you guys want to see it, I'll be more than happy to share with you. I just don't want to go through all of it here. Just send me a message or inbox me, whatever you want to call it, and I will show you my answers, and we can have even a conversation, and I can help you with your goal setting as well. So for me, it's basically, I want to create a huge impact on as many people's lives and help them reach their freedom globally. That is my reason why for what I do. Because when you focus on yourself, sometimes it's not a good enough reason. For me, like I said, it's not a good enough reason for me to do it for myself. I need to have a higher purpose. For me, being able to help people do what I do and be successful in it, just as successful, that is my goal, right? I want to see people succeed. I cannot stand to see people fail, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I have not even tried recruiting anyone, because I need to be ready to help everyone, to lead people, and to help them get to where I have gotten to, right? So it takes a lot of time to learn, and that's why I'm focusing more on my knowledge, so that way I can help my team and I can help my people. And let me tell you, I've been doing a lot of learning, as you guys can probably tell. Okay, so that's pretty much it, and you're going to do that for every goal that you have. Now, very quickly, a little bit on the bravery training, and I'm going to show you the awesome toolkit that I have found that is going to help you. It's going to scare you probably at first, but it's going to help you tremendously. So first, what is bravery training? What the heck is it? Some people don't know and don't understand, because I did in a way, but I also didn't. So it's basically seeing the challenge as an opportunity to learn. Fighting the fear, you take a deep breath and you do what you are nervous or scared or anxious to do, right? Without thinking. And if you catch yourself thinking, you catch yourself stopping, one little tip for you, count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What it does is it disrupts your thinking process, so that way now your brain opens up and it's like, okay, what do I do next? So that is when you say, okay, this is what I do, and you take action and you do it. Don't just sit there and keep counting, right? And if 5 seconds is too long for you, then go 3, 2, 1, whatever you need. Maybe you have to start with 3, 2, 1, so that way you don't have too much time to change your mind. Okay, so bravery isn't about facing to do what scares you, but it's a shift in mindset and perspective to help improve your mindset. That's what bravery training is. It helps to improve your mindset, and it's not meant to scare you and from stopping you what you want to do. It's meant for you to change your mindset and your perspective on that particular thing that is stopping you from doing what you want to do. Because if it's something that you want to do, that's why it's in your mind, that's why it's in your head. If you didn't want to do it, it wouldn't even be in there at all. So who is bravery training for? Is it for me? I don't know. Well, listen and find out if it is for you. Everyone that wants to find out what life beyond their comfort zone is like. Comfort zones are dream killers. They are. we always seem to go that way. That's also because this is also an excuse, but it's also a true reason why we humans are like that. But that's where you cannot use it as an excuse. You can use it as knowledge to help you move forward. Okay, our minds are designed to keep us in our comfort zones, to keep us safe. And if you feel nervous, you feel scared, you feel anxious, you're sending a signal to your mind saying that something is wrong. So what it's going to do is going to try to protect you. And the best way it knows how is to make you go backwards and step back into the comfort zone, right? So you need to overcome that, knowing that this is just your brain. This is how it works, and it's normal. It's 2 million years old. It's not made to help you achieve these things. It's made to protect you. So this is where you need to use the information, knowing, okay, this is just my brain trying to fight me on me, and you know best. So you count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go and do it. Okay. If you're the person that wants to grow, if you're the person that wants to achieve their goals, so this is number 3, if you're the person that doesn't want, let fear or anxiety keep you from fulfilling your potential. And number 5 is for people who are working to bring their dreams to life. Again, so if you are tired of being in your comfort zone, if you want to achieve your goals, if you want to grow as a person, if you are tired of your anxiety and your stress keeping you back from living a potentially fulfilling life, for people that want to bring their dreams to life, this is what bravery training is for. And I'm pretty sure this is most people. So I'm going to show you what the accomplishment log is, because you're going to be using it. If you want this, I will send it to you, and I highly recommend actually using it every day. It does say on here that you can use it once a week, fill it in, but I'm telling you, if you do it every day, once a day, or maybe twice a day, maybe 3 times a day, you do something, write it down. Why? So that way at the end of the day you can review and you can see what you have achieved, so you can feel good about yourself and what you have actually achieved, instead of beating yourself up for the things that you haven't done. Okay, so this is for professional and personal use, and examples could be, for some people, I finally put makeup on, right? This is what it could be for someone. Made it through a boring meeting without falling asleep, finally sent that email, made my bed, stayed calm under pressure, ate breakfast, went for a walk, stayed calm with the kids, used the 5-second rule. Instead of me snapping at the kids, I used the 5-second rule, and I dealt with the kids nicely and calmly, and that way my heart is also in the right place and my mind is calm. So anything, it could be even if you've been dreading to have a conversation with a friend, or if you've been dreading helping someone or doing something or starting a conversation. It could be literally anything. And if you're in the business, maybe you've been holding yourself back and not following up, because following up is huge when it comes to building your business and also keeping friendships. So this is the accomplishment log. Is very simple to do. All it is basically, it's backwards on here, but it's simple. You write a date, and here, my accomplishment, you write down your accomplishment, right? Date, accomplishment. So if it's for the same date, you might need to print a few of these and keep today's date, right? And every day, this is going to be your goal to keep yourself motivated and excited, and also keep you in a positive mindset, because you're not going to be beating yourself up for the things you haven't done. You're going to be praising yourself for the things that you have done. So at the end of the day, you're going to review it, and you're going to pat yourself in the back and say, good job, Yana, you did very well today, more than I could have expected, right? Don't say that. Okay, so the next part of this is the excuse killer, because we all have excuses, and that's also our brain. What it does is it gives us excuses and reasons why we're not doing something. So sometimes these excuses are valid and sometimes they're not. Excuses for inaction or quitting are sometimes valid, like I said, sometimes they're not, and sometimes they come from a place of fear. They do. So you can call it self-doubt, you can call it handicapping, as it says on here. You're trying to protect yourself, and your brain is trying to protect you from yourself because it thinks you're gonna die. That's basically what it is, right? Because your brain has no concept of what is going on, so it's going to think the worst, and it's going to stop you from doing what it thinks it's going to kill you, even though it is not the case whatsoever. So what you're gonna do, I'll show you this page. Very simple as well, because simplicity is key. If it's too much and it's too difficult, most people don't do it because of that. So your goal is, you write down your goal, and then you write your excuse and your counter excuse. You counter to the excuse, right? So you write down your goal, and it could be just for one goal. It could be for a few goals. You can write them all down on there. Since I was talking about 4 goals, you can do that for all your 4 goals. And before you achieve your goal, what you have to do is you have to set new goals. Because what happens is, and you might have noticed that yourself as well. So what happens is, when you have a goal and you're really close to achieving it, so you feel like you've already achieved it, and you don't have another goal coming, when you achieve that goal, you almost stop and you feel lost. You don't know what to do. So that is why it's very important to set a new goal before you accomplish this goal, so that way you have something else to work towards, to look forward to. So that's why it's very important. So now with this excuse killer, for example, so at the top you're going to, like I said, you're going to write down your goal or a habit that you're trying to change, and then you're going to write down your excuses, and then you counter excuses your to the excuse, right? So for example, your goal is get back into shape this summer. Your excuse, I hate going to the gym. Most people hate going to the gym, and it's normal. Nobody likes to be exhausted and tired and forced into fitness or exercise. Nobody wants to do it, because everybody wants to just wake up and look incredible and have the six-pack, have the nice arms, and look good. But it does not work like that. It doesn't. And if you're putting some crap into your body is going to react in different ways, and you don't even know the damage you're doing. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. So the counter would be to that one, I will sign up for a class and join a soccer recreational team. So you don't necessarily have to go to the gym. You find an alternative to that, right? So if, for example, you have talking about your business, if, for example, you can't concentrate at home, you can't get things done, I don't want to sit here, I don't want to sit there, what you do is you get your stuff and go to a coffee shop. Right? Problem solved. You'll be able to focus. What else are you going to do there? Maybe talk to other people. It's called networking. Isn't that the point? So then you do that. So you need to find out potential solutions and keep moving forward. Action is the best response to fear and doubt. That is what bravery training is all about. And that was what I have been doing, and I'm going to continue to do it, because we all have days when we literally want to do nothing. I don't want to do it. I don't feel like it. I'm tired. I want to sleep. I don't want to lift my fingers. And it's normal. It's normal. Why I say it's normal is because that's your mind telling you that you're tired, when in reality, you are not tired. You're just mentally drained because you have taken your mind for a spin in the past few minutes or hours that you have been up, and you're telling yourself, I don't want to. Change that thinking, and that you change your mindset, you change your thinking, and you will change your life. I guarantee you guys, it works. Because if you wake up with anxiety, because most of you know that is one of the things I live with and I struggle with. And some days I still have that before I do a live video. But your mind doesn't know exactly, it doesn't comprehend. what you're going through. So what actually happens in your body when you are excited and when you are anxious, your body releases the same hormones and the feeling is the same. So when I am excited when I do my videos, if you haven't noticed, I'm not anxious, I'm not stressed, I'm not worried. I am excited and I'm happy and I love doing them. So because I have been living with anxiety, my brain is telling me that I'm anxious, even though it's not me being anxious, it's me being excited. Me being very excited to go and do it and to bring this information to you guys and help at least one person. So that is why you need to change your thinking, so that way you're able to move forward. So in the morning, if you wake up and you have that dreadful feeling that you are anxious and you don't want to do anything and you don't know why you feel that way, what you go to do, you need to give your brain the content of why you feel that way. Okay, because that's anxiety. That's what anxiety is. The best example that I have said before, and I'm going to use it again, is, and you can use this example for people that don't know and want to know and understand basically what anxiety feels like, right? This is how you can explain to them. So when you're in a car and you're driving and let's say you're switching lanes or someone is in front of you and you're about to hit them, and you know when you push the brake and you have that moment where like, oh my god, you feel like you almost died, right? You have that panic attack, but then the car moves away and you keep driving and you calm down. That's because your brain has the content as to why you feel that way. But with anxiety, what happens is you wake up and you're feeling that the same feeling with a panic attack, anxiety, they're hand in hand. So when you feel that way in the morning, your brain has no content of why you feel that way. So you have to give it content. You need to have something that brings you back to earth. You need to have something to give your brain the content. So for example, if you're going to be doing something that you should be excited about, tell yourself, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. Or use an anchor thought, which is basically have something that goes on in your mind, or maybe an anchor picture that always helps you snap out of it, right? Something that is going to make you feel happy and refocused, and then you count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you think that anchor thought, because you have disrupted that process, your habit of worrying, your habit of stress, your habit of being anxious, and that way you give your brain the content why you might be feeling that way, so you're actually feeling excited. So that is all for today. I think I've talked enough, and hopefully you guys learned a thing or two or three or four or whatever you have learned. And as always, I love to hear what you have to say. Just reach out to me and say hello via inbox, and we can get to know each other even more. Have a great Monday, and I hope to see you all on Wednesday. Bye.